Imagine an ancient library, vast and endless. Each book a thought, a memory, a hidden desire. This is the subconscious, the mind's bedrock, where dreams weave into the fabric of our being. The subconscious, a whispering guide by night, influences us in ways unseen by daylight's logic. It holds the script of our deepest narratives and plays them out on life's tangible stage. Picture the mind as fertile soil and the subconscious seeds scattered beneath, sprouting beliefs that bloom into actions that bear the fruit of our lived experiences. In the garden of the mind lies the seed of I can, often choked by the weeds of I can't. It's here we must tend with care and intention to cultivate a reality that flourishes with possibility. The subconscious mind does not toil with the burden of time. It speaks in the language of now. In the eternal present, it sows seeds for tomorrow's harvest. What we plant today silently grows beneath. It is a canvas where our fears and hopes are painted, a gallery where every brush stroke is emotion-laden. Through symbolism and dreams, it communicates, a language for the conscious mind to translate. The power of the subconscious lies in its omnipresence. Like the gravity that holds and shapes the universe, it pulls the strings of our conscious puppetry, often unseen but deeply felt. Consider the allegory of the chariot, with the subconscious as the horses, wild and free. It is up to the charioteer, the conscious self, to guide, to steer, to navigate towards destiny. Subconscious impulses like rivers carving canyons shape the landscape of our behavior over time, carving out patterns, grooves of habit, directing the flow of our will and prime. Here lies the power to transform, to rewrite the codes that govern our psyche, the power to influence, to change, to evolve, the power to unlock the potential that we carry. So let us converse with this inner dimension, with respect, with curiosity, with an open heart. Let us tap into its wisdom, its revelations, and harness its power for a life of true art. The role of the subconscious in spiritual awakening. Delve we now deeper into the subconscious realm, where lies the key to spiritual awakening. It's a place where the echo of our true self resonates, whispering secrets of who we are beyond the physical plane. Consider the subconscious, the soil of the soul, where spiritual seeds germinate in silence, awaiting the light of consciousness to awaken, unfolding the petals of inner enlightenment. In the quiet of the subconscious mind, there stirs a movement, a shift, a spiritual dance, as if awakening from a long slumber to the dawn of cosmic understanding. Here, beneath the surface of waking thought, the subconscious weaves the tapestry of spirit, connecting dots of past lives and present moments, sewing a quilt of existential purpose and being. Spiritual awakening is not a lightning strike, but a slow sunrise witnessed by the subconscious, a gradual illumination, a realization that we are more than flesh, more than bone. The subconscious, a bridge between the divine and the mortal, a meeting place for the material and the ethereal. Through symbols and synchronicities it speaks, guiding us toward higher ground, toward seeing with the soul's eyes. As we peel back the layers of the subconscious, we find imprints of ancient wisdom, knowledge encrypted in the core of our being, waiting for the light of awareness to reveal its depth. It is here we come to understand that spiritual awakening is a journey inward, a return to the essence, a homecoming to the universal truths that reside within us all. The subconscious mind holds the map to this inner kingdom, where every seeker can find their path, where every traveler is both the map and the terrain, where the destination is woven into the very steps we take. Let this understanding simmer in the mind's cauldron. Stir it with the wand of intention and thought. Let the brew of awakening seep into the conscious and taste the sweetness of spiritual liberation. For in the depths of the subconscious mind lies the power to awaken, to ascend, to become. Here is where the phoenix of our potential rises from ashes, reborn with wings of light. Subconscious blockages and personal growth. Venture we now into the shadowed parts of the mind, where subconscious blockages dwell like ancient ruins. They are the silent sentinels of our fears, the guardians at the gate of personal growth. These blockages, like vines on old stone, cling to the structures of our psyche, entwined with the pillars of past experiences. They constrict the flow of our fullest expression. Personal growth is the art of navigation through these dense forests within. It requires the light of consciousness to illuminate paths through the overgrowth. Each blockage a story untold, a lesson wrapped in the enigma of resistance. There's wisdom in these inner walls, waiting to be read, to be understood. Like archaeologists of the soul, we must gently excavate these hidden barriers, brushing away the dust of reluctance, unearthing the artifacts of our innermost challenges. Blockages in the subconscious, they're not just obstacles but opportunities, signposts pointing the way to healing, to understanding, to ascend. They ask of us to listen, to engage, to converse with the parts we've ignored. For in the dialogue with darkness, we discover the light of profound truths. Picture a dam holding back water, the pressure building, the potential untapped. Now imagine dismantling it stone by stone, releasing a flow of pent-up life force. This is the work we do in the subconscious, to remove blockages, to free the stream, allowing our personal growth to surge, like a river nourished by springs unseen. With patience and persistence, the work takes root, the change begins, and the garden of the self blooms, with flowers of insight, resilience, and peace. So let us honor these blockages as sacred texts of our soul's curriculum, written in the ink of our own making, teaching us how to read between the lines of growth. Harnessing subconscious rhythms for creativity and intuition. Now we turn to the unseen symphony, the rhythms of the subconscious that orchestrate creativity. Its melody flows beneath the surface, a river of intuition, silent yet potent. Think of the subconscious as a maestro, unseen, conducting the orchestra of our innermost creativity. It pulls from the ether tunes of innovation, composing life's music from the quiet hum within. Creativity not as a thunderous declaration, but as a whisper in the mind's ear, a hunch, a feeling, a sudden knowing. The subconscious speaks in the language of intuition. This rhythm, it beats to the drum of the heart, syncopated with the pulse of inner wisdom. It's the dance of ideas in the ballroom of the brain, where thoughts waltz with the divine. To harness this rhythm is to listen deeply to the undercurrents that guide our hand, to paint, to write, to invent, drawing from the well of subconscious understanding. Intuition is the spark that ignites creation, a beacon in the fog of possibility. It's the subconscious nudging us towards the uncharted territories of innovation and art. In the quietude of the subconscious, Answers arrive like leaves on a stream, effortless, drifting into the conscious realm, revealing the path to creation's heart. To tap into this source is to find alignment with the ebb and flow of creative tides, letting the intuition guide you to shores of new discoveries and insights. Like the dreams that come before words, intuition precedes the birth of form. It's the brush that paints without seeing, yet on the canvas a masterpiece emerges. We all possess this innate ability to create, to discern beyond reason's edge. It's a matter of tuning in, of harmonizing with the rhythms that the subconscious gently plays. So let us set sail on this ocean of creativity. Let the winds of the subconscious fill our sails, and may we navigate by the stars of intuition to the lands of innovation, beauty, and truth. The subconscious is a pathway to universal connection. Step with me now into the subconscious portal, where the personal meets the universal, a space where individuality merges with the collective, and we discover our interconnectedness with all. Here in the subconscious lie threads that bind us to each other, to nature, to the cosmos, each thread a conduit of universal energy, connecting us in a web of shared existence. This connection transcends words, transcends thoughts. It is felt in the depths, known in the soul. The subconscious, a meeting ground for the many rivers that lead to the one ocean. Like roots entwined beneath the earth, our subconscious minds reach out and touch, finding common ground in the fertile dark, sharing nutrients of insight and enlightenment. In dreams, we often wander these pathways, crossing bridges from the self to the other. Dreams, the subconscious's free domain, where the boundaries of ego softly fade. Consider the subconscious a beacon, emitting signals that resonate with others, signals that whisper of our shared journey, of our collective hopes, sorrows, and joys. It is through this inner landscape we sense the pulse of the universe, a rhythm shared by the heartbeat of the many, a chorus echoing the song of existence. The subconscious does not discriminate. It draws from the same wellspring of archetypes, stories and symbols shared across cultures. A language universal, a heritage common. Dive into the subconscious and emerge connected to a knowledge profound and ancient. It is the silent language of empathy, a recognition of shared human spirit. Let us then cultivate this ground, nurture the connections that grow there, for in the garden of the subconscious lies the flower of unity waiting to be awakened. As we explore these depths, may we carry back to the surface the pearls of connection found within, to enrich our lives with the unity that thrives below. Subconscious influence on behavior and relationships. Let us now weave into the narrative of our lives the unseen threads that the subconscious spins, how it scripts the play of our daily interactions, directing the scene without uttering a single line. The subconscious, a silent puppeteer, pulling strings on the stage of behavior, its influence subtle, profound, and pervasive. In the drama of relationships, it sets the tone, unbeknownst to our conscious mind's eye. Our behavior patterns are its craft, repeated actions, a dance choreographed by the hidden hand of our inner depths. It's here in the theater of the subconscious, where past roles and scripts are rehearsed, relationships cast in the roles we've written, echoing dialogues from our internal verse. Each interaction an exchange beyond words, a communion of subconscious cues and rhythms, beneath the dialogue, a subtext runs, a narrative shaped by our innermost history. Consider the ways we connect and recoil, attributed not just to chance or choice, but to the subconscious directives that guide us. To seek out comfort, to avoid past noise. The characters we draw into our lives often reflect the shadows we house within. Our relationships mirrors to our concealed scripts, reflecting the parts we play or the roles we've been. And what of love, that most enigmatic bond? Does not the subconscious sculpt its form? The ideal, the fear, the style of attachment, all painted by the subconscious's invisible swarm. In the interplay of subconscious minds, relationships find their rhythm or dissonance, a dance of mutual subconscious understanding, or a clash where unspoken narratives are in resistance. But there's hope in the power to rewrite, to change the script, to alter the stage. By bringing to light the subconscious cues, we open the way to a new relational age. So let us attend to these silent whispers, the ones that direct our relational play. For by understanding our subconscious choreography, we can perform with grace, intention, and sway. The subconscious mind and the body's wisdom. Listen to the story told in the silence between heartbeats, the narrative the body weaves without a single word spoken. The subconscious mind and the body in constant conversation, a dialogue rich with wisdom passed through the language of sensation. This body of ours, a library of intuition. Each cell, each nerve, a book of innate knowledge. The subconscious, the librarian walking these aisles, whispering insights through the feelings that arise. Our bodies react, respond, and communicate with a wisdom that precedes conscious thought. A flush of the cheek, a quickening pulse. Subconscious cues that reveal our innermost plots. Think of the gut feeling, that inner knowing, a guide that the subconscious nurtures within. It speaks to us through the body's intuition, a compass that directs from the deep fathoms beneath. The body's ailments too carry messages, symptoms and signs, the language of the internal realm. The subconscious mind sending alerts to the surface, urging attention to harmony or dis-ease within. Pain and pleasure, the body's yin and yang, are more than sensations, they're subconscious expressions, conveying what lies underneath the conscious radar. Decoding them can reveal much about our buried tensions, our posture, our movements, our physical ease or distress. Each a subconscious sonnet, a physical manifestation of the mind's quiet workings, the soul's current state. A dance where body and mind are intimately entwined. To sync with this wisdom is to practice the art of listening to the subtle rhythms and flows of the body-mind connection. It's a form of meditation, a tuning into the frequency, where the subconscious gently nudges us towards equilibrium. The subconscious mind does not shout but caresses. In the soft touch of intuition, in the ache of overstrain, it imparts wisdom, guiding us to listen, to respect the body's innate intelligence in its whispers and refrains. Let us then honor this body-mind symphony, cultivate its harmony and heed its wise vibrations. For within this temple of flesh and bone lies a universe of knowledge, a subconscious revelation. Subconscious patterns and the journey of life. Step into the canvas of life, painted over time, with strokes of habit, shades of routine. These patterns etched into our being are the subconscious artistry of the self. Life, a river flowing from the source of the subconscious, meanders through the landscape of our actions, carving out channels, creating consistent streams, patterns that dictate the course of our daily currents. The subconscious mind, a weaver at the loom, threads of past and present intertwined, crafting the fabric of our existence in patterns seen and unseen. Each pattern a story, a rhythm, a rhyme, a repeated chorus in the song of our life, echoes of old melodies carried forward through the corridors of time, like the potter's hands that shape the clay. Our subconscious molds the contours of our journey. It sculpts the vessel that carries us through the waters of experience, of learning, of growth. Behold the dance of routine, a ballet of the everyday. Each step a subconscious choreography, perfected over time, performed with little thought. Yet in its design, our life's dance unfolds. The patterns we follow, the tracks we lay down, become the roads we travel, the maps we live by. They can lead us to joy, to discovery, to love, or round in circles to places we've already been. Some patterns are bright, woven with threads of joy. Others are dark, spun from strands of pain or fear. Recognizing these motifs is the first step in choosing which patterns we wish to keep, to alter, or to fray. Our journey through life is a process of pattern recognition, discerning which are ours and which are inherited, which lead to growth and which to stagnation, which sing of freedom and which whisper of constraint. So let us pause, reflect on these patterns, the subconscious signatures we leave on the path. And with this awareness, may we pave new ways for a journey of evolution with each conscious step we craft. Dreams, the subconscious cinema of the mind. Enter the dreamscape, a realm without bounds, a nighttime theater where the subconscious holds court. In dreams, we are the audience and the play, the mind cinema projecting the innermost corners of our psyche. The dream, a mystical space where reality bends. Surreal stories unfold, logic's grip loosens. Here the subconscious speaks in symbols and signs, a cryptic language ripe for interpretation. Dreams, the echoing of thoughts and wishes. Some run free, others chase, many hide. Each a character in this nocturnal drama, playing out scenes from the depths of our inner tide. Consider the dreams that come to us, not just as mere flights of fancy, but as messengers bearing truths in a language spoken by the soul's sanctuary. The subconscious mind, a masterful director, chooses sets and scripts with purpose and intention, crafting narratives that weave our fears, our hopes, into storylines rich with personal invention. In this shadow play of sleep we find release, a purging of the pent-up, a catharsis, the subconscious cleansing itself through the allegories spun in our dreams abyss. Dreams might mirror our waking life, or unlock doors to realms uncharted. They hold keys to understanding, the unconscious contracts we've silently entered. This cinema is not random, it's intimately ours. A bespoke collection of inner dialogues and insights. Every dream a subconscious puzzle piece, fitting together to make whole the picture of our plights. Through the veil of sleep, we glimpse the subconscious, a landscape fertile for exploration and discovery, where every dream is a scene, a clue to the unfolding epic of our personal story. Let us then interpret these nightly visions as one would a sacred text, with reverence and curiosity. For in the reverie of sleep, the subconscious reveals the deepest wishes and workings of our spirituality. the subconscious mind's role in habit formation and change. Let us now trace the lines of habit, the etchings of routine on the tablet of the subconscious. Habits, the familiar paths trodden deep into the forest floor of our minds. The subconscious, fertile ground for habit seeds, sprouts routines with the water of repetition. Every action, every repeated choice, a stitch in the tapestry of behavior we weave. Habit, a double-edged sword, forges chains that bind or wings that free. It's the subconscious that forges the links, with the fire of past actions and the anvil of present thought. Change is the art of conversing with the subconscious, negotiating the terms of new routines. It is a gentle persuasion, a consistent dialogue, with the deep-seated patterns that define our regime. The making and breaking of habits, a craft practiced in the subconscious workshop, where willpower meets the inertia of the old and forges the new in the foundry of resolve. To change a habit is to reroute a river, a task daunting yet not without hope, for even the subconscious can be taught. With patience, with care, with an unwavering scope. Each new habit starts as a whisper, a faint call amidst the subconscious din. With time, with practice, it grows to a chorus, singing a new narrative of who we become within. Consider the power of small, consistent acts, how they compound, a subconscious accumulation, building bridges to new behaviors, new futures, span by span towards the horizon of transformation. Let us respect the subconscious's pace in the marathon of habit alteration. It's a journey of many steps, of many turns, each one paved with the intention of reformation. So we tend to the garden of habit with mindfulness, planting new seeds, uprooting the weeds of the unwanted, nurturing growth with the hands of persistence. Guided by the light of the conscious, the subconscious is remolded. Conclusion: the subconscious tapestry of our existence. We have wandered through the hidden corridors, explored the silent conversations of the subconscious, witnessed its power to shape dreams, habits, and healing. And now we pause at the journey's end to reflect. The subconscious mind, a vast and verdant landscape, where the seeds of thought take root in silence and bloom into the actions and patterns of our days. It is the unseen hand that molds our reality, from the quiet whisper of intuition to the loud echo of dreams. It guides us, it teaches us, it holds the mirror to our soul. In its depths we find the common thread of humanity, binding us in shared experience, in collective destiny. As we close this chapter, remember, the subconscious is your ally, your inner sanctum. Treat it with care, with attention, with respect, for it is the custodian of your untapped potential. May the understanding of this inner realm empower you to sow new seeds of change, to cultivate a life of awareness, of purpose, of connection, bridging the gap between the conscious and the profound. And so, as we part ways, take with you this knowledge. The power of the subconscious is the power of transformation, a force that propels us toward growth and enlightenment, a wellspring of wisdom from which we can all drink. Until we meet again in reflection and discovery, keep the conversation with your subconscious alive, for it is in this dialogue that we uncover the most profound insights into our lives. Thank you for joining us on this odyssey within. May the insights gleaned guide you to your awakening, to a life lived with depth, with clarity, with vision. For in the dance of the subconscious we find true awakening.